Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under. And what a win last night, just reinforcing our immaculate form and the ruthless domination that the Hoops are now playing under the guidance of Ange Postecoglou. But still, the rebuild is not complete. And now, while I know a rebuild can't be completed in a day, just as Rome wasn't built in a day, it can be completed over an extended period of time. And by the August 30 deadline, I'm sure we can well be on our way to doing that. But before that, we need to take a step back and have a look at the players who have left and joined the club since the end of last season. So in no particular order, the absentees include Aya, Incham, Bruni, Bayo, Hendry, Shved have all left, and the loan deals of El Yanusi, Laxalt, Kenny, and Duffy have not been renewed. Now, as for the players who have come into the squad under Ange, these include Shaw, Urigide, McCarthy, Hart, Starfelt, Abada, Kyogo, and the new boy Juranovic. But there's still always room for improvement, and there are a couple of positions where I personally think Celtic needs some quality depth. Now, firstly, it's the centre-back position, and it's a key position because Celtic really need some strong reinforcements there. Now, in terms of a strong reinforcement, one player Celtic really should be targeting, and I'm pretty sure a move will be done this window, is that of Liam Scales, a 6'3" Irishman who primarily plays as a centre-half, but is also very proficient at left-back and left wing-back with a mean left foot. He has 154 senior club appearances and 15 goals, which is quite a good record for most defenders. But personally, with his versatility, I think he would be great for the team. I just think, he would slot right into this Celtic squad, whether that be in centre-back or at left-back. And mind you, while we still have Julian to return, I don't know when that is, but once he returns, we will be looking stacked in the centre-back spot. But if you think about it in a different way, imagine having a centre-back pairing of a 6'3" Irishman and a 6'4" Frenchman. Pretty dangerous if you ask me. Now, the second position, and one I think all Celtic fans can agree that needs strengthening, is the left back. Now, right now in the squad, we have three recognised left backs: Taylor, Montgomery, and Bolingoli. Yeah, remember him? See, Celtic need another left back, and personally, I don't feel Taylor would be able to deliver against better opposition teams or closer games that we will be facing in Europe, or even if Celtic are having an off day in the league. Now, we obviously were linked for quite a while with Aaron Hickey, one of the longest links we've ever had, but that appears to be in the mud, so Celtic need a new option. And in my eyes, we should go back to the Japanese. And the J-League star Katsuya Nagato, 26 years old and playing for Kashima Antlers, seems like the perfect option. Now, Nagato's biggest asset, I'd say, from watching his videos, is that he has a pinpoint, dead accurate cross he can put into the ball, and that's how he's gotten all of his assists as a senior player. And obviously we all know in Greg Taylor's game, that is the one thing he lacks. Despite all his great movement and short passing, he cannot put in a cross to save his life. And I really like the look of Nagato. He's 26 years old, in his prime, many years of experience, 126 to be exact, 25 assists in those 126 games, and he suits Ange's playstyle of wingbacks going forward, tucking in occasionally, but staying wide. Plus, transfer market only rate him at around £800,000, so not even breaking the bank. But the one downside to this deal, and it's nothing against Japanese people, it's that he would most likely have to mandatory quarantine into the country. And also, I don't feel we could be getting this deal done before the August window ends on August 30th. Maybe it's something we look at in January when the Japanese have their off season, but still, that is all decided. I do think Nagato would be a great addition to the squad, especially for £800,000. Now, the third position I feel Celtic need reinforcement in, it's one that can be overlooked a lot because Tommy Rogic is firing on all cylinders at the moment, and that's the cam spot. Now, with Tommy Rogic firing, he's going to be getting a bit tired, a bit lackluster, so that's where Christie came in against St. Mirren. But he looked quiet. He didn't look like the Christie on the left wing, where I personally think is his best position. So the question is, who do we bring in then? as a backup to Rogic? Well, I have one option who I think would fit Ange's system quite well, quite perfectly actually, and his name is Ajdin Hrustic. A bit of an odd one, but he's an Australian attacking mid contracted to Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga, and he's only 25 years old. He's valued at 1.8 million, but of course, seeing as he is from the Bundesliga, we'd have to pay a lot more. But despite him being an Aussie, he actually was raised overseas and actually came through the Groningen Academy, the same which produced star Iron Robben. Now, he's played 85 senior appearances, 85 senior games, which is quite a few for a 25-year-old, but regardless, he's still very technically gifted and he has a wicked free kick. You should go look him up on YouTube. They are absolutely wicked free kicks he can put into the box, even into the back of the net. The thing's a beauty. Now, the thing with this deal is obviously, I know and I'm aware that it's not the most realistic thing, seeing as he is coming from the Bundesliga. He's getting starts in the Bundesliga. Why would he come down to Celtic? In his eyes, he would think that's a step down to Celtic. Obviously, we all know that's a step up, but still, if Celtic can muster a move for him, I don't think they will, but if they can, he's just an option. It would definitely strengthen the squad. It would put a lot more pressure on Rogic's position, making him perform even better than he already is, and that would just be scary. It would be a thing out of a nightmare for oppositions. Now, the final position I feel Celtic need reinforcement in, and is one that a lot of Celtic fans can agree on, it is the striker position. Now, it isn't as crucial at the given time, seeing Yeti is coming onto the field. He's putting pressure on, he's keeping the same intensity as of the player who left the field, sometimes even upping it. But we have to be realistic, and we understand that French Eddie will be gone by the end of the season or in the next off-season. So instead of panic buying at the end, we need a striker, and I recommend we get one now. Obviously, I've talked about the rumours covering the Samaras reincarnation of Giacomakis. However, Werder Bremen appear to be getting their noses in front on this deal. Obviously, the Bundesliga looks a lot more appealing to this rather than Australia rather than Scotland. So, the new rumours, however, are actually emerged of a swap deal. Now, this swap deal entails Griffiths plus a sum of money for Hibernian's Kevin Nisbet. Now, I'm sure most people here know of or have heard of Kevin Nisbet, the Scottish international playing for Hibernian. He's 24 years old and already has 202 senior appearances with 88 goals to his name. Now, this deal, it seems absolutely so smart from Celtic's point of view. They're offloading a player who obviously doesn't want to be here in Griffiths while bringing in an absolute talent of the Scottish game. The lad's still young. He's still got 2-3 years till he hits his prime. He's still developing as a player, and I feel he could absolutely slot into a striker spot instead of Edouard once Edouard has moved on, and he would absolutely 100% fit into Ange's starting 11. But we have to be realistic, as we do with all transfers. It's going to be difficult because Hibs will be reluctant to offload one of their current star players. Obviously, they've re-signed the Aussie Martin Boyle. I would have liked to see him come to Celtic, but with that being him being re-signed, that does open the door for a Nisbet move. So, while it will be tough, every player, every man has a price. Remember that. Look, all in all, even if we complete half of the transfers that I've stated, it doesn't have to be the players I've mentioned, but the positions I've mentioned. Instead, if we can get a centre-back and a left-back and a striker, happy days. There will not be any complaints for me, and we'll be set to go into the January transfer window, step it up even further, and just build an absolute monstrosity of a squad. It will be one of the best transfer windows Celtic has seen in a long time. The fans have seen in a long time. But that is all from me. So until next time, hail, hail.